Hello, welcome to your chair Pilates workout. Today we're going to cover moves that target the whole body in a way that improves your mobility and your flexibility, and of course you're going to feel lovely and strong at the end. So with that, we'll begin seated nice and comfortably, but with a tall spine. Okay, we're going to have our feet straight in front of us with our ankles just below our knees, trying to keep the toes pointed straight ahead so everything is in a nice alignment. You're going to have your shoulders nicely rested down away from your ears, and your back is nice and straight, head is up. From here, we're going to take some breaths in through the nose, out through the nose, and we're going to breathe down into the belly, okay, using our diaphragm, expanding our rib cage, waking up the thoracic area, sending oxygen, energy, heat into the core, into the center of the body. So every time we exhale here, I want you to tighten your core set, tighten your abs all the way down the front of your belly. Okay, all the way down to your pubic bone. So exhale and squeeze. Breathe in, breathe out, and tighten that core set. You can engage the pelvic floor as well when you're breathing here. So pulling the pelvic floor muscle all the way up from the front towards the back near the tailbone. Exhaling, engage the core. Let's breathe in now. Arms can reach up towards the ceiling. Nice expansion through the rib cage. Exhale, arms come down by your side. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, arms down. 2 more times. Breathing in, engaging pelvic floor. Breathe out, engage the core. Last time, breathe in. Reaching fingertips up. And exhale, arms come down. Okay, so we're going to do some shoulder rotations from here. So just starting to mobilize the upper body, starting to gently turn the shoulders one way, circling without forcing anything, and just easing into the movement here today. Feeling the tension release as you move. Still breathing into the belly here. Let's go the other way now with the circles. So again, feeling every little muscle and ligament here, maybe through your neck as well, your back, your chest. You're really noticing, turning inwards and engaging with the body. Keeping your attention, your focus on the body, on the breath. And just connecting here to the body for this next 30 or so minutes. Okay, good. Let's stop that now. We're going to do some neck rolls next. So dropping the head down, around, up and over. I like to do this really nice and slowly, especially in the beginning, as you carry a lot of weight in your neck You could be carrying a lot of tension, a lot of stress. We really want to be gentle with our movements here and use this even as a kind of a somatic movement where you're signaling safety to your nervous system. You're communicating that you can relax, you're connecting to the body, trying to activate that parasympathetic nervous system. We go the other way with the circles. So it's really nice to keep this engagement with the body, keeping the nervous system regulated in the rest and digest state while we move. We're not trying to stress the body, push the body. We're doing everything nice and easy, gently. We'll do one more. And coming back to center. Lovely. Okay, from here, we're going to start moving the arms a little bit more. So we're going to do some arm swoops. So we breathe in, arms come all the way up, and swooping them down and around. Okay, so this might be different for you depending on your range of motion and your comfort level. So just trying to move through your range of motion, basically. Nice and easy, swooping the arms, breathing in as you open them up, and then back to center. It's great feeling the expansion through the chest, breathing into it, okay, opening out through the heart, opening up to this movement, letting that energy flow through the body. Let's go the other way. So now we reach out and up and back to center. And again. And again, you can keep coming back to the breath, keep coming back to the belly breathing. Notice the ribs expanding, engaging the pelvic floor and engaging the core as you exhale. So this is really an active seated position. Stretching out the back as you bring your arms up. Stretching and lengthening the spine. And we do one more here. Okay, now we're going to reach one arm up, the other arm down, side stretch. Let's swap it over to the other side. Breathing in as you reach up and over, side stretch. And again, connecting your breath to the movement here. So you're in a nice synchronized flow, which also keeps that nervous system in a state of relaxation, focused attention. You get so much more out of this, out of anything, of course, if you're focusing on it with your complete attention and effort. One more on either side, breathing in as you reach up. And last time. Good. Now we're going to continue with this movement of the arms. We're going to reach out. This time we're going to incorporate the spinal movement as well into it. So our arms are going to go forward. Might have to scooch a little bit in the chair. So our arms are forward. We're going to round out the back. Kind of like a seated cat-cow here. So arching the spine, opening out through the chest. You can look up if you like, or keep your gaze just forward. And again, connecting the breath to the movement. So you breathe in one way, you breathe out the other way. Articulating the spinal movement, bringing in a lovely chest opener as well. 2 more. Be squeezing the back there as you open it. Last time. Lovely. Okay, you can put your hands now onto your hips. Give them a little bit of a rest after all that movement. And we're going to put our pelvis into a flow. So we're going to do pelvic tilts. So we do this seated. You're going to keep your hands on your pelvis for awareness. And what you're going to do is rock forward and back, focusing on either the movement of the pelvis, or if you like to imagine your tailbone pushing forward and then tailbone comes back down, okay? Or you can also visualize your spine. So you're arching the spine and then you're straightening the back. But this movement should really be coming from the pelvis rather than the spine. So if you can, focus on that rocking, that tilting of the pelvis forward and back, mobilizing the hips and pelvis, engaging the pelvic floor. Good. We'll do one more here. Lovely. Now, let's go a little bit further forward in our seat and kind of like you're lying back on the chair, depending on the chair you have, of course. But we're trying to create this position to basically work our core or transverse abdominis here, the deep core muscles, as we go into a seated march. So you can put your hands down by your side. You can hold onto the chair if you like. You're going to lift one leg at a time and lower, and then the other one. So reaching up, we're going to start nice and slowly, trying to focus on that engagement through the core, okay? So you're not just lifting the leg, focus on lifting from the center of the body, which is also keeping you stable as you just move that leg, one leg at a time. So it's really important here to keep that really deep engagement as you exhale. That really helps you to activate the muscles that are going to be controlling this movement if you're doing it correctly. Now you can stay at your speed here. If you're going slow and you want to stay here, by all means. If you want to challenge yourself by going a little bit faster, you can go the speed of your choice. So maybe you want to even go faster than me. For me, I can really feel this between my position in the chair. It's a small enough chair. And I am engaging my core. So this is working perfectly for me. But you go at your pace and keep it nice and steady. Keep your breath nice and steady. Okay, and we'll keep marching, keep going for 10 more seconds. Keep the breath flowing down into the belly. We're almost there for 5, for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. And drop the legs. You can sit back. Again, take a nice deep breath, releasing any tension. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do a breath and a forward fold while we're seated. So we take a nice deep breath, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Okay, so drop the arms, fold over your lap. Just taking
A little breath and a kind of a resting pose here before we go back to our upper body work. So let's roll back up, zipping up from our belly button, our core, okay? Bringing us back up, nice and easy. Good. Now, we're going to do a little bit of work with a resistance band if you have it. So if you don't have a band, you can, of course, do all of this without using anything. It still works. You just have to make sure that you really squeeze the muscles that we're working, and it will work just fine. You can also do this with a rope, anything that you can pull on, which I'm sure you'll find something at home. Um, so get creative, and yeah, as I said, you really don't need it if you don't have it. So we're going to start off by putting the band on our hands or our wrists, whatever position you like, keeping the arms bent first of all and straight down by your ribs, by your sides, okay? So the elbows are kind of tucked here by your side. You're going to keep your shoulders down. We're going to be in a nice tall seated position here, okay? And when you're ready, you're going to inhale to prepare. We're going to exhale, squeeze the arms. So you're trying to open out the arms and the hands, but you're keeping the elbows tucked. So you're keeping the elbows in, keeping the upper body, the upper arms close to your body, and then you're building this heat, this tension with the movement through the band. Keeping the shoulders down, not tensing in your shoulders or your neck here. So again, if you don't have a band, you can certainly do this without it. Just squeeze those biceps, squeeze the chest, and even squeeze the back as you open the arms. Let's do 3 more. 2, 1. Okay, good. Now we're going to straighten out the arms. Okay, from here, we're going to bring them up towards the ceiling and bringing it slowly back down. So we're going to inhale up and exhale down. Remember, the back is nice and tall. Keep your chin slightly down so you're lengthening out your neck as well. And of course, the further you bring your arms out and building that tension in with the band, the harder this is. So just trying to keep the band taut, that you have a bit of tension there. You're not trying to open out your arms like we were before, but you're just keeping them up against the band. And if you've no band, you're just squeezing the arms, trying to create some resistance. As you breathe in and lift up, breathe out and lower. Let's do 1 more. Okay, lovely. From here, you can put the band closer to your elbows. We're going to try and engage here our back muscles, our scapula, as well as our chest. So what you're going to do is keep the bend in the elbows, and you're trying to move out and in from your elbows. So squeezing the back as you open the arms, keeping the shoulders down. And of course, depending on the kind of resistance your band is, you might be opening your arms more than me or less than me. Let's do 3 more.
2. Last one. And release. Okay, definitely feeling that already. It's really nice actually to do these nice like rotations and gentle movements through the areas of the body that you're targeting with your workout, just to let that tension melt away after the work. And it just feels really good as well. Okay, so we're going to do, if you have the band, we're going to do a bent over row. So you're going to put the band underneath one foot. You can do it with the two, but I prefer one, and so it's up to you. So what we're going to do, maybe scoot forward a little bit. You're going to grab the band with two hands, and what you're going to do now is pull it back like you're pulling back from your elbows, squeezing still those back muscles, the scapula, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and let it go. Breathing in, let it go. And again. And really opening out through the chest as you bring the elbows back, squeezing the back. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Okay, we'll do that again, maybe on the other leg, just to try and balance everything out. But before we do that, we're going to do a side stretch. So we're going to do this with our legs opened. If that's comfortable, you can do it with the legs closed in as well. But opening them out, you can either put your elbow down on your thigh, or you can keep it straight down towards the floor. Reaching up and overhead again and doing a side stretch. And bringing it now to the other side. And bringing both arms all the way up. And slowly back down. Again, releasing any tension through the body, keeping yourself nice and relaxed and focused and not burnt out from any of these movements. So we're going to do the same thing with the other leg. And if you were doing it with 2 legs before, you can do it again with 2 legs. So by holding on to the band, we're keeping the shoulders down, back is nice and straight, and we pull it back, squeezing the shoulder blades, and let it go. So we're trying to pull those elbows back behind our back, keeping the shoulders down. So when you're squeezing the shoulder blades together, really try and squeeze them down and in rather than just in or up and in. So we want those lat muscles to be working properly here. So by keeping those shoulders down, keeping the back down, keep just thinking muscles down when you're squeezing them in. This is really good for upper body strength and mobility, improving our posture. So we're not slouching down, dropping and drooping through our shoulders, our upper body, keeping it nice and open, strong, which allows us to stand up straight, communicate better, be presented better, and feel better. Let's do 3 more. Squeeze, release, squeeze, Release. Last time. And release. Okay. Great work with that band. And of course, remember, it works without the band just as good. All of those workouts, all of those moves. So let's go back in our chair and scooch back if you were sitting further forward like I was. We want to work a little bit more in the legs. So we did our march, right? Now we're going to do a leg extension, starting off one leg at a time. So we're reaching it forward and down. And when we do this, squeeze these thigh muscles, okay, the quadriceps. You can point the toes if you want as well to activate more muscles throughout your leg. Or you can flex the foot, whatever variation that feels good for you or that you want to work with. I'm going to work with pointed toes today. So again, we're really engaging with the body here, feeling it as we squeeze those muscles, not just going through the motions, but actually being so focused and in such a flow state that this could even be a form of a meditation. Your mind is not thinking about anything else but the act of the movement and the act of breathing. 2 more. 1 more. And the other leg. So when we're doing this with one leg, the active leg is working, squeezing that muscle up. The other leg is staying nice and steady. Again, the toes are straight ahead, ankle below the knee. We're not slouching, we're actively sitting here, engaging as well the core as we breathe and exhale. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the jaw relaxed. Sometimes we clench the jaw when we're focused, or if we're holding on to some tension without realizing it. Let's do 3 more on this side now. Squeezing up, lower it down. Last time. Okay. So now we might as well do 2 together, right? Now, you don't have to do 2 together, okay? If you prefer to do 1 at a time, just keep going with that. Otherwise, you can do 2 together. And what I'm doing is just touching the floor before I bring it right back up. So I'm keeping this rather fast pace to make sure that my body is engaged the whole time. I'm not actually releasing anything. I'm touching the floor and then back up. So you can do this slower as well if you like. And squeezing up, release. Squeeze up, release. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And now, again, you can do this with one leg, everything that I'm showing you. You don't have to do 2 together. But if you are going to follow along with me, we're going to do swimmer's legs. So we're going to kick the legs forward, up and down like we're swimming. Again, pointing the toes, or you can flex the feet, but keeping them engaged, keeping the thighs engaged, squeezing the inner thighs, squeezing the glutes. And we're swimming here. Keep going for 10. Keep breathing for 8, 6, 4. Squeezing the legs for 2. Squeeze, 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 and release. Okay, lovely. Now we're going to bring them up and out and back in and down. Okay, so if you are doing it one leg, make sure that the other leg is just bent, again, straight 90 degrees, foot is down, and the toes are straight. Otherwise, with the two legs, you're going to go straight, out, in, down, straight, out, in, and down. You might want to hold onto the chair for that bit of extra support, or just get that support from your core. Okay, squeezing the legs, squeezing them out, in, down, up, out, down. Keep going. Keep engaging the core as you move the legs, moving from the stability and power of your center body. Good. Let's do two more. One more. And release. Okay. Now, we're going to grab our lovely band again and put it now on our legs. As I said before, it's still the same. With the legs, you don't have to have the band if you don't have one or don't want to use one. If you have one and you want to use it, it's going to go right above your knees. Okay, so kind of low down on your thighs. And what we're going to do is squeeze the legs opened. So we're keeping them at the 90 degrees, ankles below the knees. We're opening the knees, squeezing the glutes as we open. So you can sync the breath to the movement again. Breathing in, squeeze, breathing out, release. And if you don't have the band or the rope or whatever, you can just do this and really, again, just squeeze those legs. Squeeze the glute muscles. Keeping the back nice and straight. Do three more. Two more. One more. Okay, now we're going to do pulses. If you don't want to do a pulse, you can keep doing this, or you can just hold with it out, which is also really nice activation of the glutes. Otherwise, we'll do pulses, which is short movements without releasing that tension in the legs. So we're bringing it all the way out and a little bit in, back out. Okay, short movements, keeping them opened as much as you can, really feeling that heat now build in the legs. Keep breathing into the belly, keep pulsing it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 1, and release. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to do that hold now that I showed you earlier. And this time, while you're holding the legs opened, you're going to move the arms. So when you're ready, arms are going to move up while the legs squeeze opened and arms come back down. Breathe in, arms up and back down. 3 more. Keep that squeeze in the legs, squeeze in the glutes for 2 more. Last one. And release. Okay. That was lovely. Definitely feeling it in the legs now. Okay, so we're almost there. What we're going to do now are some seated calf raises. You can do this standing as well if you like, if you prefer. I'm going to do it seated today. And so what we're going to do is bring our heels up as high as we can, squeezing the calves, and lower. Squeezing the legs up, lower down. do 5 more here, 2 legs together. Being nice and steady in the body. Just moving those legs for 1 more. Squeeze, 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 release. Now let's just do 1 at a time. And we're going to do pulses with it. So rather than dropping the heel all the way down, you're going to keep it lifted. So we're doing our pulses, squeezing and activating the calf muscle the whole time. You can also do this standing. Otherwise, we're here for 10, for 9, 8, 7, for 6, 5, 4. Keep squeezing. 2, 1. Other side. So those pulses now again. So you're just moving the ball on the ball of the foot or on the toes, reaching the heel up, squeezing the calf as you reach the heel up, and not dropping the heel all the way down to the floor. So keeping it moving, keeping it pulsing, and nice and steady in the body. Let's finish out for 10, 9, 8, 7, for 6, 5, 4, squeezing 3, squeezing 2, squeezing 1, and release. You can shake it out. Okay, so nice rotations to release the tension, or also shaking it out also releases the tension. So it's nice to do that too. Right, we're just going to do our seated to squat variation, and then we'll start slowing it down. So from here, you're going to pretend you're going to stand up, and then you're actually, no, wait, never mind. Like you're going to get something and you're like, oh no, it's in my pocket. Wait, I got it. Oh wait, I forgot my glasses. Oh no, I found it. Right? So you're reaching up and lowering down. So if you can get the sit bones up off the chair, that's great. If you're like, this is easy peasy, you can go all the way up and back down. So you can do this squat variation however you like. And when we're doing this, try to keep the belly button pulled in so that the back is straight, so you're not arching it. And also try not to reach forward down towards the floor, keeping the knees in line with the toes, right? So even when you stand up here, your weight is staying in your heels. They're not falling forward, okay? So if you're finding it difficult, you can hold on to the chair and just try to lift a few inches off the chair. If you find it easy, again, go all the way up to standing and back down. So let's keep going for 10 more seconds, whatever variation you're doing. 8, 7, 6, 3, keep belly pulled in for 2, and 1 more, and done. Good. Okay. So now we're just gonna stretch it out. Bring the heart rate back down again. So how we do that is we really control the breath and slow down the breath, especially the exhale. And as you do this, you are physically slowing down the breath. Okay, that's how you can control it yourself. Trying to really focus on the exhale and keep it nice and long as possible. Okay, let's do a couple of more of those lovely forward folds. So you reach up with the arms Exhale, arms down by your side and forward fold over your lap. And you zip all the way up, rolling up through the spine, the shoulders, the neck, the head. And again, reaching up. And exhale, arms down, forward fold again. And breathing in, rolling back up to a straight spine. Last time, reaching up. Exhale, arms slowly dropping down by your side and fold. This time you can nod your head yes and no, letting go of any of that tension in the neck or the head. As you breathe in, notice your belly expanding or dropping. Notice your ribs expanding. Notice even your back muscles expanding behind you. It's a full 360 expansion of the rib cage. So don't think of breathing as just moving in and out from the front, but it also expands your side body and your back body too. Let's take one more breath in here. And exhale, zipping up again from the belly button through the spine, rolling up, shoulders, the neck, the head. Good. So from here, we're just going to take 3 more breaths in. So get seated comfortably. Don't have to worry too much this time about the alignment with your legs, just trying to keep nice and tall still in the spine. So you can close down the eyes if you prefer, focusing on the breath for a final time today. Taking a nice big breath, filling up the belly, filling up the lungs completely, all the way up to the top of the lungs. And let's exhale it all out the mouth for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, breathing in through the nose, fully in, all the way to the very top of the lungs. And let's exhale out the mouth for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, really focus on letting go of any stress, tension, or negative energy with this exhale. So breathing in fully through the nose, all the way up, filling the belly, the ribs, the lungs. And again, last time, exhaling out the mouth for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's return to regular breathing. And before we go about our day again, just take a moment here in stillness. Notice how you feel mentally and physically. Notice any shifts that might have occurred since the start of the class. Thank yourself for taking the time to move and breathe and connect to your body here today, and for this beautiful energy that you've cultivated in the body and mind. Take this energy with you now for the rest of the day. Enjoy it, and with that, you can softly open the eyes. Thank you so much. I hope that you like this workout, and have a lovely week. And I'll see you next time.